Hello.
Hi.
This is Melissa.
And this is Kat.
Yet again, I am ill. I had like the flu or something. I actually got the opportunity to go on a business trip for my new job already. So that's why we're recording this episode 1 week late. But I made a lot of money, so that's all that matters.
Woo!
We are recording this at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Mickey's Not So Scary Christmas party.
That's what it should be called.
We're going to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party tomorrow. No, I do not want to go. It is for my mother's 60th birthday.
Whereas I'm so fucking jazzed.
I'm just going to eat a lot of cookies and try not to cry.
Mm-hmm. But we'll get to see the toy soldiers from Babes in Toyland.
I get to see Clarabelle Cow
Sing about texting.
sing about texting.
Yeah.
On God, those cookies are good as hell.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, great.
Okay, great.
Anyway, now that we're all caught up, I just wanted to say that in our Holes episode, dig it up, boom, boom. I said like the Canadian Prime Minister or whatever ate an onion is the Australian Prime Minister.
Oh.
Whatever. I'm fucking uncultured. At least I knew somebody ate an onion. Kat didn't even know what I was talking about.
I didn't even know anything about it.
Onions are bulbs.
They're not tubers.
They're not tubers.
Whatever the fuck. Oh.
And we said something about like the city they lived in or like the metropolis they lived in, and they're literally in like Texas, but it's fine.
Were they in like Houston or
I'm
something?
sure. I don't fucking know.
Because it was like, how do you know they were in Texas? Do they say it?
Yeah.
Oh. They have to say it like once, right? Like there's no way they
It's also
say
just
it.
like they're at like, I don't know, the whole like Western theme.
I guess.
We're just really stupid.
They bust him off. I didn't know where they bust him to. He could have been coming from like
They sent
New
him
York.
to another state for
Yeah.
corrections.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, I was like, I don't know, it's Chicago or something. It's
Could have
fucking
been.
Texas. I don't know what city.
I guess that makes sense.
Not very observant.
No.
Guys, we're tired. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's all I got.
I got nothing.
Again, sorry, I'm ill. I don't remember if I was ill in our last Tragical episode or our Tragical Patreon episode, but I've just been real sick recently. Probably because I work every day of my life.
Yeah, you're working too hard.
Tell my fucking boss.
I'll tell him right now.
Okay, give him a call.
Let me call him up. Hey, Melissa's boss. She's fucking tired, bro. Sick and tired, literally both.
I can do it. I am strong. Starts crying.
Literally.
Tragical.
So this time,
We're here to tell you why
one magic Christmas.
it's tragical.
Listen, a bad Christmas movie started this podcast, Babes in Toyland.
Uh-huh.
And unfortunately, it's going to end it too because we're
This
never.
is the last episode of Tragical Podcast because this movie was so bad.
Yeah, this was the worst movie I've ever seen.
Okay, so Melissa literally picked this movie, right? And neither of us had ever seen it. Ironically, my mother was sitting in the living room watching it like 4 days later, and I happened to watch a couple scenes from it, and I texted Melissa and I said, by the way, the movie you picked, fucking awful. I can't wait to talk about it.
God, it's so bad. I have news
Mm-hmm.
from the Internet Movie Database.
Mhm.
There's nothing interesting about this film
I'm shocked.
in the trivia column.
Truly shocked.
There's 9 trivia things and they're all stupid.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay, great.
there's no trivia this week.
I want to tell you that I'm shocked, but respectfully, after having watched this movie, I am not shocked.
It's literally like one of the actresses is French origins or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so anyway, let's fuck it up.
Yeah, let's get into it. It's midnight. Let's go.
Some guys in a tree.
Okay. Yeah, why is he just in a tree?
The moon starts talking to him.
It's not the moon. It's Nicholas, who you're led
Saint
to believe
Nicholas.
is Saint Nick. Yeah.
But he's the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he the moon?
I don't know, but he says he has a very important case for this man in the tree whose name is Gideon, who's apparently an angel who has cases.
Every Christmas or?
Yeah, once a year. He has a Christmas case of a woman who never says Merry Christmas. And then the moon / Nicholas / Santa Claus says he's going to find her in a town called Medford in a shopping mall.
Gideon does not seem excited about his case at all. Seems kind of annoyed.
I'm going to say that if I saw Gideon on the street, I would cross the street.
He's a little spooky.
A little scary looking to me.
Yeah, he just doesn't seem real pumped about going to help out this lady who has never said Merry Christmas.
Yeah, he literally says, I thought you forgot about me. And then he just doesn't seem excited. So do you want to not work or do you want to work? I'm confused.
No clue. I don't have the answers for you.
Okay, great.
So we are at the Medford Mall. Mm-hmm. There is a family of 4, a mom, a dad, and a little boy and a little girl. Dad is Jack. Mom is Ginny. Son is Cal. I'd say he's like 8.
Yeah, like 7 or 8.
And then the little girl is Abigail. And she is like 6 or 7 or some shit.
I'd say she's younger than that.
I think she said she was turning 7, didn't she?
Okay.
Anyway.
I'll take your word for it.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
She's a child.
Yeah. She's little.
She's cute. Mom is threatening violence. She literally says that if Abigail asks to talk to Santa, she's going to smack her or something along those lines.
Yeah, Abby's like begging to meet Santa, and Mom says it's $4.50 to meet that fake mall Santa.
Do you pay to meet the mall Santa?
No.
Okay, right? We never paid to meet you could pay for the photo.
Yeah.
But to just go sit on some stranger's lap, that's free.
That's weird. And then she makes the comment of, that's like a half a day's work for me. $4.50.
So you make it $9 a day, Henny?
I hate that.
That can't be real. Even in 1989 when this movie came out or whatever.
85. And then the mom almost tells the little girl that Santa's not real.
Well, you ruined that for me, so.
I think you were old enough.
I was like 5, but okay, ruined Christmas, which means I had like just turned 5, which means I was like basically 4 when you told me that Santa wasn't real.
You weren't 5. You were older than that. You were definitely older than that. Anyway, moving on. Also, Dad doesn't have a job.
He got fired. He worked for like a broadcasting company, I remember, or something like that. I don't remember. The company is making them move out of the house that they live in because it's like a company owned home. What kind of fucking setup is that?
I don't know. And they're making them move like less than a week after Christmas.
Yeah, they have to be out by the 1st, so January 1st.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
Incredible.
What kind of weird job buys you a house? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
No.
Anyway, so back at the house, Dad is in the fucking basement working on bikes instead of helping the mom pack up the house.
That they have 10 days to move out of.
So much shit.
Yeah, and nothing is packed.
It was giving me anxiety.
Yeah.
That's what Dad's doing. He's like a bike dream. He wants to open a bike store.
Bike dream.
Dad's got bike dreams.
Don't we all?
So then there's a bunch of kids playing street hockey, and the little girl and the little boy are sitting on the back of a car with their next door neighbor. Her name is Molly. Apparently she's poor. They keep talking about how poor Molly is. And yeah, Molly's like, I want a bike for Christmas. And then Cal and Abigail are like, damn, that sucks that she's poor and she's not going to get that.
Well, also earlier, the mom literally said that like Molly's family wasn't going to get anything from Santa because they're so poor. And then Abby looks at this little girl and is like, what are you getting from Santa? Your mom just fucking told you she wasn't getting anything. Why don't you rub it in her face?
But also, like, that's not how Santa works. Stop spoiling Christmas for your children.
Well, the mom is being a bitch.
I hate her.
Anyway, so the neighborhood kids are all playing street hockey, and Gideon is walking down the side of the sidewalk. He's walking down the sidewalk. It's midnight. I'm tired. Gideon's walking down the sidewalk and he talks to the little kids.
But he's like, hey, little kids.
Yeah.
He's creepy.
Yeah. And then Cal's like, who are you, mister? He just goes, a friend. I'm a friend. You're a pedophile.
Danger.
Yeah, you're a
Stranger
pedophile.
danger. Jail. Prison.
Gideon tells the kids playing hockey to be careful because of the little kids, and they tell him to fuck off pretty much. And then they hit the hockey puck and it almost hits Molly, Abby, and Cal. And then Gideon like sends it flying the other direction. So then it hits somebody's like window of their house and breaks it. Like, I understand you saved the children and that's so nice of you, but like it's 3 days before Christmas and you just broke some family's window. I feel like there was a different way to have done that.
Like send it into a tree or something. I don't understand why you had to break somebody's window.
Yeah, it was really disrespectful, honestly.
Yeah. So now this is where this movie gets just really fucking weird. And like also they're taking like way too long to get to the point, which there's no point really, to not to spoil it, but a bunch of weird shit happens and then it goes off the fucking rails.
Yeah, fully off the rails.
Fully off the rails, and then it ends in the worst possible way. Like, I'm just gonna spoil it for you now because
just don't expect literally anything from this.
This is not One Christmas Wish or whatever. I already forget what it's called. Is that right? One Magic Christmas.
Yeah.
This is not a magic Christmas. This is a tragic Christmas. This is one tragic Christmas.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go through a couple things here. The boss of Jack, the dad, comes over and shows the new family that's moving into the house while they're still living there. So that's really awkward and inappropriate.
But like also didn't give them warning. Like it's a normal thing when you're selling a house to like show the house, but you tell the
They're
family
not selling
still
the
living
house.
there.
They don't own it. The company owns it.
Yeah, that's true.
Which
But like
doesn't make sense.
But you're showing the house to like the next tenants. You should still tell the family currently living there, hey, just so usually like they have the family leave.
The new family comes in and they're like judging all of their design choice or whatever. The fucking mom, who's like dusty as hell, is like, can we paint the kitchen? Because who would fucking paint a kitchen yellow? And Ginny is like, I painted the kitchen yellow. It's like raw awkward. And then that happens.
Yeah, it does happen.
And then we cut to Ginny, the mom. She's taking a shower.
She's respectfully, she's having a full concert in the shower.
Yeah, she's dancing in the shower, and I'm like, Bess, you would slip and fall and die for sure.
Yeah, Melissa kept looking at me and be like, is she gonna slip and die?
Yeah, I was like, does the mom slip and die? Like, is she gonna pass away?
Respectfully, I wish she would have.
Because you can't just be flipping your legs all in the shower like that. I slip in the shower all the time just standing there.
Yeah, same.
Anyway, she's singing to Dancing Queen or whatever. I don't fucking remember.
I don't remember what it was.
And then the phone rings and she gets out of the shower to answer the phone because nobody will answer the phone. Girl, let it ring.
Yeah.
Enjoy your me time.
What could you possibly be waiting for a phone call for that is that important?
Yeah, but when she gets out of the shower, she knocks like a washcloth over and washcloth. Did I say that right? It's late.
I was going to call it a rag, but yeah, it's a washcloth. Either one.
It clogs the drain, basically. And then the kids come home and they all have to pee. Abby has to pee, so Abby goes pee.
She locks the bathroom door.
She locks the bathroom door, and then she goes out, and then Cal's about to piss himself. I thought Homeboy was actually going to piss himself. He's a great actor.
The best actor in this whole movie.
Honestly, Abby and Cal fucking slay. Everybody else can choke. Then Cal goes pee, and then Molly, who's poor, doesn't own a toilet, I guess, has to come over to their house and pee also. So all three kids have gone pee. And then, wow, poor sweet Molly, poor Molly. Poor Molly. Is just trying to take a piss at her neighbor's house. The shower is like filled up the tub and the water starts going over the side of the tub. So then the kids are mopping up the bathroom. Yep. They're way too young to be mopping up the bathroom.
Mom's at the grocery store though. She's working.
Yeah, mom's got the only job in the house. And then Cal mops the mop right into the bathroom window and breaks the window.
Yeah.
Mops the mop.
Thriving. Mops.
That's what I said.
The mop. So now mom is working at the grocery store. She's making an announcement to the entire store, about deals and sales and what have you. The next man in line is yelling at her that she rang something up twice on his bill. And then he's like, I'm going to go shop at another grocery store. And Ginny looks him dead in his face and says, go ahead, go shop at that other grocery store, never come back. When I worked in retail, I wish I could have said that to so many people. So I'm feeling that. And then the manager's yelling at her that she's taking too long. And the other girl working is like,
she did your announcement for you, and that's why her line is long, so shut the fuck up. Next in line is Molly and her mom. She's paying with fucking food stamps, and she's like so awkward and sad about it, and she can't afford like little Debbie cakes, so she takes them off. They're literally like the Christmas tree little Debbie cakes. I don't know if those were a thing then, but... And Ginny is so kind of rude about it. Like, I know that she doesn't really have money either.
Offers to pay for them.
She's like, I don't know what to say. I guess I can loan you or something, is how she says it.
I think she just, is not a great actress.
Okay, well, poor little Molly can't get her fucking little Debbie Christmas tree cakes.
I think she was trying to say, like, I don't know what to say. Like, I feel awkward. I can loan you the money. Not like,
whatever.
Bitch, you gotta put something back.
Well, that's what she does, and she puts away the little Debbie cakes. That's really all that happens there. Honestly, there's a lot of weird. Okay, the scene changes in this movie are not good.
This next part is Kat's favorite part of the movie. Jack, the father, is putting Abigail to bed, and they have like a cute little like nighttime routine.
He picks her up by her feet and then drags her along the bed, and she grabs the like comforter and pulls it back, and then grabs her sheet and pulls it back, and it was just so cute.
I was like, is this a thing?
Listen, there was multiple times. I don't know if this is a good thing to say or not. My parents would put me in pillowcases. They never did that to me.
No. Put you in the pillowcase and
then just swing me around.
I was never small enough for that.
Remember that? No, they had to have done it to you too. You're probably just so little you don't remember it.
I want to be swung around in a pillowcase.
I'm pretty sure they did it to both of us.
I don't remember.
You were probably really little, but they definitely put us in pillowcases and just swung us around.
I wish you could see the motion that Cat is making, as if a human could just swing a child around in a pillowcase.
They did. I wish they were awake. Go wake them up right now in the middle of the night.
I'm sure.
Do you remember swinging
I'm sure
us
we're
around?
gonna wake them up with our loud ass screams. Anyway, Abigail's like, "Daddy, are angels real?" And the dad, Jack, is like, "Yeah, angels are real. Santa's real. Vampires are real."
There's also like 12 different kinds of angels. So there's guardian angels. There's Christmas angels. That was it. But he made it seem like there were so many types of angels, and then he names 2. Which is important. Remember that.
Yeah, there's guardian angels and Christmas angels and other angels.
But they're invisible, and that's why that you can't see them, because they're invisible.
Yeah. Jack is like talking to Ginny about opening his bike shop, his bike dream shop, and she's like, we only have $5,000 in the bank. And I'm like, damn, y'all rich.
Yeah, that's $5,000 more than I have in my bank account.
And he's literally like, I could open up a bike shop with $5,000. And I'm like, what the fuck?
No, but then he says that he could not use all of it and go to the bank and get a loan.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck no.
Let him open the fucking bike shop.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
Also, Mom got the kids gifts on her lunch break from Toys R Us. She got Cal an Etch-a-Sketch, and she got Abby a tea set. And then Dad is like, okay, well, on Monday we can go get them the rest of their presents, right? And Mom is like, no.
Honestly, those presents go hard.
This is it.
I
This
would
is
have
all they're
loved
getting.
either of those as a kid. So
Yeah, for real. We had an Etch-a-Sketch. I'm sure we also had a tea set, honestly. But so the kids are sitting on the stairs listening to Mom and Dad have their little conversation, and Abby is like, well, why did Mom buy me a tea set if Santa's getting me a tea set? And Cal's like, I can't tell you. And then Abby asks if Santa isn't coming because they're poor like Molly.
Yes.
Actually, yes, Abby.
Santa hates poor children.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that. Anyway, Abby writes a letter to Santa, and then she just leaves her house in the middle of the fucking night, you know, as children do in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes to deliver her letter to Santa in the mailbox, you know, like down the fucking road or whatever. But Gideon is there, and he steals it with a magical beam of light out of the post box.
Yeah, the FX in this movie is chef's kiss. It's so good, you guys.
And then Gideon is like, I'm an angel. And Abigail's like, Dad just told me you can't see angels.
He's a Christmas angel, very specifically. Remember, there's 12 types of angels, only named 2 of them.
So Abigail is like, so are you like a dead good person? Because that's what Abigail's dad told her angels were. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, this is when the shit gets really morbid. He's like, I was a cowboy and...
Excuse me, cowhand.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I wrote cowboy.
Different.
He was a cowhand, and on Christmas, he jumped into a lake or a river to save
The Snake River.
Okay.
You don't even know the story.
to save a child who was drowning, but then he also couldn't swim, so he saved the kid, but then he drowned and he died on Christmas.
Like, why are you traumatizing sweet Abigail on the side of the fucking road?
So they made him a Christmas angel. I guess if you die on Christmas with a good deed, then you become a Christmas angel. Any other time of the year, you're some other type of angel, I guess.
Yeah. What would if it was like, I don't know, June 12th or something?
He would have been a guardian angel because he guardianed the kid.
It's a good thing he died on Christmas. He gets to be a special angel.
Love that for him.
And the moon talks to him. Does the moon talk to you, Kat?
I wish it would. So now Gideon's job is to help one person a year believe in Christmas. And Abby's like, oh my God, you're here to help my mom. Amazing. And Gideon's like, yeah. So give this letter to your mom and she has to be the one to put it in the mailbox and that fixes everything.
Which is stupid. That's a stupid plot to this movie.
Yeah. And then so this is when Ginny realizes that Abby is no longer in bed and I don't know why she looks out the window. Like she assumes that she's outside.
I guess Abby just be running outside in the middle of the night all the time.
Yeah, I guess. And she watches Abby running across the street and a car hitting her. So then she runs outside and there's a bright flash of light. So then there's a bright flash of light. Mom runs outside and Abby is in fact not hit by the car because Gideon saved her and the car's further down the road and Abby runs to her mom not dead. Amazing.
The moral of the story, like, just don't have kids.
In the 80s.
Because they're going to run outside and get hit by a drunk driver after talking to a ghost. So, sorry, an angel. Whatever.
A Christmas angel.
Whatever Gideon wants to be. So the family goes to great grandpa's house. Jack's grandfather, so Abigail and Cal's great grandfather.
Apparently their only living relative that's alive is their great grandfather.
Their living relative that's alive?
I mean, like,
it's so late.
It's just like so weird to me that it's their great grandfather. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, they're just destroying the planet. Grandpa's folding paper airplanes and Cal is sending them into the fucking fireplace. Like, fuck global warming, I guess.
This is where it all started.
And then great grandpa takes them up to the attic. Like, children should not be just crawling up in the attic, but all right. And then he's like, this is a snow globe. And Abby's like, can I have it? And great grandpa's like, of course. Pretty much it.
Oh, no, he gives a Christmas book to Cal.
Fuck that.
Because they both have to have a gift. And then he's like, these are your Christmas gifts. And they both look really fucking depressed because they're like, we want more than that. But
He's like, I wanted a tea set.
Well, you're getting it, bitch.
Later that night, Abigail's trying to sleep in her little room. And Gideon, just fucking comes into her bedroom.
I'm sorry. Whatever you think this man looks like, I can guarantee you're wrong.
Imagine a pedophile.
Yeah.
That's Gideon.
He looks like a grifter pedophile,
like a weathered old man,
but
skinny weathered old man.
When you walk into your child's room in the middle of the night, it's the kind of strange man you don't want to see in there.
I don't think you ever want to see a strange man, but yeah,
Correct.
Definitely not Gideon's
Definitely not
bitch ass.
He breaks Abby's snow globe and then he fixes it and he says, see, I can fix things, but I can't fix your mom. Respectfully, sir, then what are you doing here? What is your job? Were you not given this case by Nicholas himself?
But truly, like, Ginny sucks. Like, she's the worst mom ever. She's so fucking cranky.
Yeah,
it's
we'll
not
get there.
even funny. Anyway, Gideon's like, okay, I'm peacing out, but you know where to find me, right? And Abby's like, no.
Okay, no. Before he says that, though, he says, don't be afraid of what happens in the next 24 hours. He tells her, don't be scared. Some weird shit's gonna go down within the next 24 hours. And again, whatever you think could possibly happen, I can guarantee you are wrong.
You're wrong.
I can literally, absolutely with 100% certainty, you are incorrect.
Also, can you hit up my boy Cal in the next room and let that motherfucker know?
No.
Because Cal's going to be there too.
No, just Abby.
Why just Abby?
No.
What, so you're going to just traumatize Cal?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think Abby is also traumatized. They're all going to need therapy by the end of this movie.
Anyway, Gideon's like, "Okay, deuces. If you need me, you know where to find angels." And Abby's fucking sick, so she's like, no. And he's like, "The top of the tree, duh, stupid."
Yeah, I'm the angel at the top of the Christmas tree in the center of town.
Everybody
obviously.
knows that.
Duh.
God, Abby, pay attention.
So while Gideon is being a creeper in Abby's bedroom, mom and dad are downstairs talking, and dad says he thinks he can get a small business loan and open up his bike shop. And Ginny is like, "Shut the fuck up. You need to get a real job. We're getting kicked out of our house. Like, you need to be a man." And he gets upset and he's like, "Okay, well, fuck me in my dreams, I guess." And he storms out of the house. Mind you, it's snowing outside. I will not be outside at all in this. And then Ginny chases him outside and is like trying to apologize. And then she's like, "Nothing is going right for us. Like, we just have a lot going on, with the move. And then it's Christmas and we're poor. You don't have a job." And then she says, "God isn't real." And then she just starts singing a song about stars.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then she's like, "My dad died, and what was he? He worked at a motel."
And what did he live for? What did he die for? And her husband is like, I don't know, me, your kids, just life in general. And she's like, "No, it all sucks." Okay, bestie.
Ginny needs to seek a therapist out.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's got some things to work through for sure.
Yeah, but then so Jack is like, "Respectfully, I came out here to get some air and to think, and you're depressing me. So I'm going to continue my walk around the block, and you're going to get the fuck away from me." So then she goes to the mailbox to drop some mail in. Mind you, not the letter from Abby that she asked mom to send for her.
Yeah, she threw that shit in a drawer and like laughed at it. She was like, "I'm not sending your fucking Santa letter."
Mm-hmm. And Gideon walks up to Ginny at the mailbox and he's like, "Oh, you mailing something to the North Pole?" And she's like, "I'm too old for that. Get the fuck away from me." And he says that he wants her to believe in Christmas, and then he just disappears.
Yeah. And then all of the lights from all of the houses turn off.
Mm-hmm, yeah, all their Christmas lights at every house in their neighborhood.
And she's just like, weird, energy flex.
Yeah,
okay.
doesn't think anything of it.
Yeah, she's just like, "Oh, okay, all the lights went out. That's sus."
So interesting. So the next morning, it's Christmas Eve. And mom has to work a double at the grocery store. And if she calls out or doesn't go, she's obviously going to get fired because it's retail during Christmas. I think most of us have been there.
I always literally would say, "You can fire me. I can find another job making $10 an hour or whatever I made."
Right.
I've never worked a Christmas in my entire life.
I've worked a lot of Christmas Eves.
Yeah. Christmas Eve is like kind of whatever, but Christmas, you shan't find me at the work.
Yeah. So while mom goes to work, dad says that he has to get the generator to help light the Christmas tree, and then he has some other errands to run.
Mom, Ginny, and I guess their neighbor also works at the grocery store. Like they carpool to work together or some shit.
I think so, yeah.
They're at the gas station and they overhear a gentleman trying to sell his car to like the gas station owner. I guess maybe there's like an auto shop. I don't know how gas stations work.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's like, "I'll give you the car for $50. And the guy's like, "The car's not worth $50. And then he's like, "I'll sell you my camp stove for $60. And the shop owner's like, "No.
Fuck off, mate."
And he's like, "My kid, like, I can't buy him Christmas presents." And the fucking car shop owner is like, "Sorry, I can't buy anything from you." So then this man proceeds to get into his vehicle that his son is in. He drops his son off at the bus stop and he says, "I've got some things to do." I thought he was going to kill himself. I was not sure what was happening.
I told Melissa because this was one of like the few parts of this movie I glimpsed when my mom was watching, and I said, "Whatever you think is happening." You're incorrect.
I kept trying to guess. I was like, what's going on? Like, I could not figure this movie out because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
A homeboy basically, he's going to go rob the bank.
Yeah, of course he is.
So he dropped his kid off at the bus stop so he could go rob the bank in town.
Right.
So then we cut to Dad Jack, and he's got Cal and Abby in the back seat while he's running errands. He drops off some shit at the fucking center of town tree or whatever, drops the generator off, and then he goes to the bank to take out a loan for his stupid fucking bike shop.
Yeah, and there's no parking. So he double parks in front of whose car?
The bank robber.
Of course it is. So he goes in, and while he goes into the bank, Abby and Cal are just vibing in the car.
That's how 80s kids roll.
Yeah, and Abby gets out of the car and starts running across the street to the grocery store where Mom works, and Cal's like, get the fuck back here, and she's like, I do what I want. Obviously, this child
Abby
literally
is just all over the place.
she is chaos. She fully just goes where she wants.
Yeah.
So she goes into the grocery store and she sees her mom and she's like, hey, Dad got us a Christmas tree for us to decorate tonight. Also he's at the bank, and Mom is like, that fucker is going to ask for that business loan that I told him that he wasn't allowed to get. So she goes to leave the store with Abby to go back to the bank to yell at her husband, and her asshole manager is like, you can't leave. And she's like, okay. And he goes, you're fired. Okay. And then she leaves. And then she throws Abby back in the car. And then she goes inside. While she is walking over there, the man who is robbing the bank robs the bank. Mom walks in just as the man robbing the bank shoots her husband.
Basically, he takes a hostage, and the dad is kind of like trying to be a hero. He's like, hey, there's no need to like take a hostage.
It's
and then he
Christmas
just
Eve.
fucking eats him right there in the bank.
Yeah, Jack gets got.
I was not ready.
No. And then
What the fuck?
the robber man leaves the bank, runs out of the bank, and Mom walks over to Jack and she's like, oh my God, he's dead.
No, shit. I'm Ginny. Are you ready? Oh my, he's dead.
Yeah, there's not really any emotion going on there.
Somebody like runs in the bank and is like,
They stole Ginny's car.
yeah, they stole the car with her children in it.
Yeah, and then she walks out ever so calmly. She's got a little bit of tears on her face. And then she stands, she goes, my kids. He stole my car with my kids.
Well, she steals his car. So Ginny now is in the robber's car, chasing her car with the robber in it, with her two kids in the back seat. The guy is like, I'm sorry, I kidnapped you. My name's Harry. What's your names? And they're like, oh, Cal, Abigail. It's nice to meet you. They're just shooting the shit in the car. Mom's tailing them in the robber's car. That shit breaks down. He couldn't sell it for $50. Remember, it's a piece of shit. And then the cops pick up Ginny. They're in a full chase at this point.
Okay, but really they're not. Their lights are not on. They're really not speeding after
barely
him.
trying.
They don't have their sirens on. They're just like casually driving down the street after this guy.
This is when Harry proclaims to the children that he's never hurt anybody. You just murdered their father in a fucking bank.
Yeah.
You just shot him because he was like, whoa, no need to take hostages. Like, you didn't even need to shoot him at all.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to like stop him or anything.
Nothing.
He was just like, blah.
Ra-ta-ta-ta.
Anyway, so there is a cop blocking the road. They're like, oh, we'll block the bridge, and then the robber can't get away. So what does the robber do?
He just hits the cop car and then careens off of a bridge into a frozen lake.
And then Ginny runs out of the cop car down the embankment and just stares into the water where her children just fucking seemingly drowned. And she seems very like not disturbed at all. She just kind of like, damn, what the hell?
Yeah, and then this is another time where there's like a weird cut scene and it shows like a couple random rooms in the house, and then she's just sitting in the bathroom and she cries a little bit. I mean, like, even when you're in shock, like, this wasn't shock. This was just like genuine, like, kind of not caring, I feel like.
Yeah, she was just like staring in the bathroom like, damn, my kids and my husband are dead. This is crazy.
Yeah, and then she
was more like bewildered than
in shock.
traumatized, shocked, sad, depressed, angry, upset. None of these emotions were happening.
No. So then she just goes and she sits in Abby's room and she's just sitting there. Then we cut to the snow next to the river, and Gideon is just like carrying the kids through the snow because he saved them from the water.
I told Kat, I said, are they dead? Are they angels now?
Yeah, because
I
they
was
died on
not
Christmas.
following this movie at all. Well, it
Yeah.
was Christmas Eve,
Well,
but
Christmas
yeah.
Eve. Yeah.
Whatever. You don't get to be a Christmas angel if you die on Christmas Eve.
No.
It doesn't fucking work like that.
No. So then great grandpa is all of a sudden at the house, and he tells Ginny that the kids were found alive by the police. And so she doesn't run. She walks outside of their house,
Calmly.
casually sits down, hugs her children, and then they go inside with great grandpa, and then she just sits there in the snow for a minute. I would never let my kids go. I would
No.
be hugging them for an hour and a half. I would be sobbing.
Yeah.
She like has no reaction to the fact that not only did her kids die, but now that they're found alive, there's nothing.
Yeah, she kind of hugs them like they just came back from like summer camp. And then Ginny is telling the kids that their father is dead.
Oh my God.
She's like, hey, sometimes bad things happen. Your dad's never coming home. He's dead. So that happened. Like, she like does not give a fuck.
She doesn't like give them the news like in any kind of normal fashion. Yeah, she's not like trying to ease them into it. She straight up looks her children in the face after they were already just traumatized and said, your dad is dead and he's never coming back.
Literally, she's putting Abby to bed and she's like, when you wake up tomorrow, it's going to be Christmas. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Ginny? Are you well, my queen?
No.
Why are you not screaming your fucking head off right now?
I would be losing it.
She's not okay.
No.
Ginny needs a little bit more than a little Christmas pep. You know what I mean?
She needs therapy. So then Abby is talking to her brother and she's like, Gideon says he's going to help and I'm going to go look for him. Cal calls her a liar and then Abby runs away.
Yeah, because Abby's like, well, Gideon like broke the snow globe and then made the snow globe better. So maybe Gideon can like unbreak our dead dad.
Obviously, that's how life works.
That's how that works, right? He's an angel, so fuck it up.
Yeah. So then Cal tells mom that Abby ran away and went to go find Gideon at the tree. This is like the only time mom shows any kind of initiative. And she actually
Barely.
she actually runs after Abby to the tree. But when she gets there, Abby's gone.
Yeah, Abby found Gideon because he's at the top of the tree or whatever. And Gideon's like, do you want to meet Santa? I like forgot this was a Christmas movie almost.
Yeah, she's like, can you bring back my dead dad? Like, that's literally how she says it.
Yeah.
And Gideon's like, no, I can't fix people, but Santa Claus might be able to.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is not the Grim
Reaper.
Reaper.
Yeah.
Like, he's not Hades. He can't just like bring people back from the dead.
Anyway, so they like go into the snow globe, kind of, I guess.
Yeah, he holds a weird ball of light and then they go into the snow globe, which is apparently where the North Pole is.
Yeah. And then mom comes to the town center and can't find Abby, so she just goes home.
Yeah, their like neighborhood friend is like, she's probably at home. We'll just go home. And then they just go.
She's fine though. Like Ginny's like, yeah, sounds good. Like not worried about her missing fucking 6-year-old at all.
Fucking wild.
So Abby talks to Mrs. Claus and then she gets introduced to Santa.
Mhm.
Santa's like, yeah, I can't bring your dad back from the dead. And then he's like, but I can show you like my workshop or whatever. And I can show you your mom's letters. Your mom used to write me letters when she was a little girl.
This is where shit gets even more fucking weird. Santa's workshop is not run by elves as we are all led to believe.
No, we're all wrong.
Who's it run by, Melissa?
It's run by dead people.
Yeah, people who died. And you know how we find that out? Abby sees her school's janitor and said, oh yeah, he was our janitor and then Santa's like, until he died.
So guys, the North Pole is full of dead people, actually, not elves. You're all incorrect.
Because I was making comments too. I was like, that lady's wearing a really fancy hat just for me. Like, are those like what they died in?
This movie sucks dick. Anyway, Santa, he's also the worst Santa ever. He gets Ginny Hank's letters that she wrote to Santa, and Santa gives them to Abby, and then Santa goes to do his job, his one job that he has every year, and then Abby goes home.
She just ends up in Cal's room for some reason.
Yeah.
And then, because he's holding the snow globe. So
Yeah.
that's where she goes back.
I don't
so
fucking know, dude.
anyway, so then Cal's like, I'm telling Mom you're home. And then he tells Mom.
She doesn't react again.
No, she literally just walks into Cal's room, looks at Cal and says, please go downstairs so I can talk to your sister. Walks Abby to her room and then is like, where were you? I was a little worried. And no reaction to the fact that her daughter was missing for hours. I just fully don't understand.
Ginny needs help. She needs more than a one Christmas miracle or whatever.
So Abby says she was at the North Pole and Mom is like, don't fucking lie to me. And then Abby's like, Gideon is real. Otherwise me and Cal would have drowned in the river. So that's my proof. And then she goes to bed. Her mom is tucking her into bed and she's like, by the way, Santa gave me something to give to you. It's in my jacket pocket. So the mom, after tucking Abby in, goes through her jacket pocket and she finds a letter in her pocket that was written by herself when she was little. And I don't know why I thought it was going to be something profound. Like,
Me too. I thought it was
like,
going to be something beautiful.
like world peace and ending world hunger. No, she had a list of like toys, like a Mr. Potato Head.
It was roller skates, a raggedy doll.
Doll.
Not a Raggedy Ann doll.
No, Raggedy Doll.
A raggedy doll.
And
I don't know
Mr.
what that
Potato
is.
Head, very specifically.
And a Mr. Potato Head.
I don't know why I thought anything profound would come from this movie, but I fully thought that the letter was going to be something like, I wish for Christmas magic every year or some stupid shit.
And she like wells up with tears. She's like,
oh my God.
Christmas letter. Like, bitch. Oh, a hula hoop too. Forgot that one.
Oh, the hula hoop. Yeah. I knew there was something else.
Anyway.
So then the mom goes to mail Abby's letter to Santa. Mind you, again, doesn't care that her husband is dead. Does not care that her daughter was just missing for hours. Doesn't care that she also thought her children were dead. She sees Gideon at the mailbox and he says Merry Christmas and walks away. And then she's like, good night, Gideon. Like, fully admitting that she knows he is. And all the Christmas lights on the houses that went out before turn back on. And Melissa looks at me and goes, holy shit, none of it was real.
None of it was real. None of it was real. It was all a dream.
Wild. And then we see Jack walking down the street, completing his lap around the block because he was fucking annoyed at her that she was being a dumb bitch.
This movie traumatized me. It didn't traumatize Ginny at all. She was unaffected. Yeah. She sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm traumatized.
Correct.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I watched her husband get shot and her children fall into a fucking river.
And then her daughter get kidnapped to go to the fucking North Pole with the worst sin I've ever seen.
And then I had to see a bunch of dead people in the North Pole. It wasn't even magical in North Pole. It was like regular ass.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Boring North Pole.
Anyway, this is the most emotion that Ginny shows in this whole movie is she runs up to her not dead husband and gives him a hug and is like, oh my God, you're not dead. And he's like, what the fuck? Yeah, of course I'm not. Like,
yeah, he's like contemplating divorce at this point.
He
hopefully.
literally, he says, you were singing to me like 5 minutes. That weird song about stars and you said God wasn't real. Yeah, that happened 5 minutes ago.
And she's literally just like, oh, I love you, Jack. Ginny basically goes to work. And she's like, hi, I'm not working today. It's Christmas Eve and I'm going to be with my family. And her boss is like, great, then you know what that means. I'll never see you again until Thursday or some dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
So he doesn't fire her because she like stands up for herself, whatever. He probably would have really fired her.
Yeah, he was a dick.
She goes to the gas station and finds Harry, the man who shot her husband and kidnapped her children. In another alternate universe. And she's like, oh, can I buy your camp stove from you for $50? And he's like, what? And she's like, yeah, I just really need a camp stove. So I'll buy it off you for $50. Harry's a bad man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know desperate people do desperate things, but still.
They don't shoot people and then drive children into a river.
Well, he's not going to now because he has $50 to buy his kid whatever.
Harry's going to do something bad. Not
right.
not
right
bad,
now.
but it's later.
Right.
He's a bad person.
Then they bring a bike to poor little Molly. And they like put it on her front porch and then run back into the car. But then obviously they see them and they're like, Merry Christmas. So yay, Molly has a bike now. Then they go to the Christmas tree lighting and light the tree. Again, great grandpa is the only living relative they have, I guess. And he's just there vibing. They spend Christmas night at great grandpa's house, and mom writes a check to Jack
Yeah, that was weird.
for $5,000. What? They share a bank account. Whose bank is it going to?
I think it was more of like a, here's a check, do your thing. I don't think it was like actually,
well,
I don't think
whatever.
it was legit.
The kids, they're just in the fucking attic,
They're sleeping in the attic.
waiting to hear and see Santa Claus, I guess.
Aren't attics full of like whatever insulation? I don't know how things work in the north.
Yeah,
okay, I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. Yeah, ours is just full of, well, ours only half is. That's a story for another day. Anyway, mom goes downstairs and sees Santa. He tells her Merry Christmas, and this is the first time in the whole movie that she says Merry Christmas back. And then Gideon is back in a tree outside. And that's the end of the movie.
Thank God.
That's it.
Fuck Gideon. Ginny, seek help, queen.
Yeah, she did not react normal to
Anything.
a single thing.
Ginny is dead inside. There's no light in there anymore. There wasn't any light after whatever Gideon tried to teach her a lesson or whatever. She just fully sucks.
Yeah.
I fucking hate her. This movie sucks. That's all I gotta say about that.
Would you like to go first?
You know, I will go first, Kat.
Lay it on me.
I just gave it a solid 0 out of 10. My first 0 out of 10 ever.
Wow.
Nothing good to say. I truly have nothing. No, nothing. I'd rather watch Brave Little Toaster. I'd rather watch Bolt. I'd rather watch Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. I'd rather watch The Country Fucking Bears. Total dud. Never ever want to watch that again. It did not give Christmas vibes at all. Did not get a single Christmas vibe from the whole movie. 0 out of 10. It's my number 75. Fuck you, Ginny.
I too gave it a 0 out of 10. It is also at my number 75 underneath Brave Little Toaster. Yeah, it's not good. Everything about it just gives me the ick. This movie fully gives me the ick.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I hate it.
I fully hate it.
Great.
Amazing.
I'm sorry I picked it.
We had to watch
Merry
it at
Christmas.
some point.
Happy holidays.
Are you ready to guess our next movie?
Yes. It's not a Christmas one because it's coming out
After.
the day after Christmas. Okay, great.
Neither of us have seen this movie.
Oh, God.
It is relatively new, as
Okay.
in 2021 new.
Oh, my God. Soul?
No,
Oh.
I almost did that one. There was like 4 movies that I was really waffling between that were like, because we haven't done a new movie in a hot minute. All of the ones we've done recently have been like early 2000s or 90s.
What movies have come out?
And
I'm having a
anything I
brain
say
fart.
beyond this will give it away. But my next hint is there's a mythical being that is like a main character. Beyond that, I don't know anything about this movie.
Oh, is it Raya? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Raya
called?
and the Last Dragon.
Raya and the Last Dragon.
I have heard such good things about this movie. I just, listen, respectfully, 2021, any movie that came out that year, I don't think I've seen because I just didn't. I didn't watch any movies last
I'm
year.
excited. I love
know,
when we
me
do
too.
movies we haven't seen that aren't shitty Christmas movies.
It was between this, Soul, Luca, and Turning Red.
I like
I
it.
was really trying to
I
pick
haven't
between
seen any
those
of
4.
those.
I know. I've only seen Turning Red.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those.
Oh, I've
so-
seen Luca. Luca is very cute.
So you've seen all the things you just said.
No, I haven't seen Soul or Raya and the Last Dragon. I wanted to pick one that neither one of us
man.
had seen.
Oh, I'm excited. That's awesome.
Me too.
Yay! Anyways, we do have a Patreon. The last movie we did on Patreon, it's called Plan 9 from Outer Space. Honestly, it's the greatest movie I've ever seen.
It's the best, worst movie. It's what this could have been.
No, this was, I think somebody was actually trying to make a good movie here. And they failed miserably. We do this over there on the Patreon, but we do non-Disney movies. We also have fun little videos and you know, just fun things. Fun things over there on the Patreon.
Just a little bit extra for you.
There's 3 different tiers, so you know, whatever. You know how to read. You can go on there and read it.
You got options.
It's linked in the show notes on our website.
Yeah.
Tragicalpodcast.com. Yeah. Season's greetings. Happy holidays.
And a happy new year.
Sorry we were a week late.
Yeah, listen, y'all, we've just really had a lot going on.
Yeah. Also, my mom's birthday and then Kat's birthday. I feel like we almost did the same thing last year. I feel like we were like a couple days late coming out with our episode in December.
Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I'm 30 now. I guess I could have said that.
Ooh.
I'm officially out of my 20s, guys. That's
How do you
hooray.
feel?
No, honestly, not any different than I did.
Great.
I got tattoos for my birthday.
There you go.
Woo.
I have no idea what I'm doing for my birthday. It's in 4 days, and I have not a clue what I'm going to do. Thanks for listening, guys.
We love you.
Love you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
I can't wait to go to sleep.
Bye.
Bye.
These opinions are our own and are no way associated with the film or the film's production company.
The Tragical podcast cover art is created by Johnny the Alchemist.
The Tragical intro was produced by Ja Reezy.
Links to our social media and Patreon can be found on our website, located in the show notes.
Thanks for listening
to Tragical.
Tragical.